Today, we are going to talk about Lane Kiffin, Sam Pittman, the Big Happy College Football Recap, and have a discussion with Brynden Walker about his home visit, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner
What's up, kinfolks? It's RJ Young, not on the step. Now consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today, talk about Lane Kiffin, Sam Pittman, and have a discussion with 2020 Oklahoma commit Brynden Walker about his home visit and how it's going. But first, the Big Happy College Football Recap, and that's starting right now. Oregon got us started with a 37-15 curb stomping of Utah in the Pac-12 Championship. Utah, give me two losses this season. Utah's milk carton game speaks volumes about the Pac-12 as Oregon reshaped the college football playoff picture and guaranteed the Pac-12 will be left out of the playoff for the third year in a row. Meanwhile, Utah got outside those Wasatch Mountains and got hit with the Ducks fly together. Scrooge dug deep into his vault of gold and showed Utah what Pacific SEC West big boy football looks like. To this point, though, the Utes had overachieved largely by hunting lesser prey. By halftime, it was 20 to exactly how many points I scored from my couch. Utes quarterback Tyler Huntley had the money quote of the night, saying, "My senior year, the stage is set, and we just don't show up." Yikes. Huntley got brown paper bagged 6 times and picked off once by Ducks angrier than Howard V. It's easy to forget Utah went 13-0 in 2008 while handing Nick Saban and Alabama a 31-17 L in the Sugar Bowl. Utes coach Eternal Kyle Whittingham had the second best quote of the night. "Our number one objective offensively is to be able to run the football with physicality and violence and take its toll on the opponents, and we defensively want to make sure we want to stop the run. We lost the one area we've been undefeated in this year, the line of scrimmage." Yikes again. Miami of Ohio whipped Jim McElwain in Central Michigan 26-21 and is the only conference champion. No. They're not the only ones with 5 losses. They've won 16 in total, though. The Redhawks have. Wideout Jack Sorenson was named the MAC Championship Game MVP with 8 catches for 123 yards and a TD. The Redhawks earned the right to face Sun Belt runner-up Louisiana in the LendingTree Bowl. You want to give me some money? That'd be nice. Appalachian State smacked the aforementioned Raging Cajuns 45-38 to become the first Sun Belt champ to win 12 games in a season, and they might lose their head coach Eli Drinkwitz to Missouri to show for it. Just a day after the Lane train announced its departure to the Grove in Oxford, Florida Atlantic sent Kiffin out in style with a 49-6 skull dragging of Alabama Birmingham, those Blazers, in the Conference USA title game. Joey Freshwater watched Chris Robinson, a.k.a. Riff Raff, complete 17-37 for 267 with 4 tutties and a pick. When Kiffin arrived in Oxford on Sunday night, he was handed a baby to hold and then told by the baby's father to get himself a burner phone. I love the college football in the South. Memphis poured the whole bowl of Skyline chili all over Cincinnati for the second time in as many weeks to win the American 29-24 and a berth to the Cotton Bowl against Penn State. Tigers coach Mike Norvell might be no-blooded by Monday. Boise State still isn't one, but has won 5 more games than Texas and Texas A&M with a 31-10 beatdown of Hawaii. BSU quarterback Jalen Henderson completed 20-29 for 212 with 2 tutties and a pick. The 2019 championship is Boise State's 4th Mountain West title, tying for the most in conference history with former members BYU, TCU, and Utah. The Broncos get to face former Boise State coach Chris Peterson and the Washington Huskies in the Las Vegas Bowl. That ought to be fun. The Clemson Tigers showed the Virginia Cavaliers exactly what it can do with that saber. They took it from them and then beat them to death with the hilt, 62-17, to win their 5th straight ACC title. Bryce Perkins and all the Who's in Whoville can take solace and knowing they scored one more point against Clemson this year than Alabama did in a national championship game last year. Ohio State turned up the difficulty from pro to all Madden in the Big Ten Championship against Wisconsin when the Buckeyes went down 21-7 to begin the game. And then they scored 27 unanswered points and beat the Badgers to death, or I should say beat the Badgers into submission with their nuts, 34-21 to move up to 12-0. The Buckeyes faced 4 opponents who ended up playing in conference title games this season, with 2 holding their respective league trophies. But the playoff selection committee saw fit to rank number 1 LSU after the Tigers dispatched the Georgia Bulldogs 37-10 for the SEC Championship. Joe Burrow hit 28 of 38 for 349 with 4 TDs, and true freshman corner Derek Stingley Jr. picked off Jake Fromm twice. That left Oklahoma with a chance to secure the final spot in the Final Four of the college football playoff. The Sooners needed overtime to beat the Baylor Bears for the second time, 30-23 at AT&T Stadium for the 5th straight Big 12 championship, and their best performance of the year defensively. They needed that to do it. The Sooners sacked Baylor quarterbacks, all 3 of them, 6 times and picked up 15 tackles for loss. Now, there are just 18 days left until we find out who will play for the national championship next month. But during that time period, we saw 2 really interesting hires in the SEC. One, the aforementioned Lane Kiffin, for which it feels like it fits like a glove. They're playing Come On Ride a Train Quad City DJs in Oxford. And I got to tell you, when you see the Bama Bangs out there rocking Quad City DJs, you know they're fired up about their coach. And then Arkansas, Sam Pittman, the offensive line coach at Georgia and recruiter extraordinaire, is the man, to which most Arkansas fans are split. This is the best and this is the worst. Because depending on how you feel about Sam Pittman and the way that he goes about recruiting, you'll know everything you need to know. But I know for me, as a guy who understands that you have to know Arkansas and know how difficult it is to recruit to Arkansas and to make recruiting a huge part of what you do if you want to achieve at Arkansas, you can do a lot worse than Sam Pittman. I understand he's not anybody's first choice right now, but Sam Pittman knows that. And I always like to see an offensive line coach get the head coaching job because they just bring a different kind of mentality and a different commitment to fundamentals. So Razorbacks, I know that there's some of you out there that don't really like this hire. Just give it time. I think it's going to grow on you. Now, let's talk with Brynden Walker. How you doing? I'm not going to take too much of your time.
No, that's all good. I'm doing good. I'm just icing right now.
Oh, yeah? How is that injury, dog?
It sucks. It was it was terrible. Definitely. I think probably the worst part, I think it was so I got hurt the first game in the first quarter of the playoffs, and I didn't play against Tulsa Edison, and then we won, and everybody was celebrating. I was talking to the coach after game. He's like, "How you feeling?" And I was like, "Man, I'm really mad at that Ardmore kid." And he goes, "Yeah, I know it was a dirty hit." I was like, "You know what? I'm not even mad about that. I'm mad he made me sit down in the cold." but yeah, I was. I don't know. It definitely took a lot. For a second there, when I went to the doctor, and he said that that there's a high possibility that I could tear my MCL. And when he said that, I kind of went home, and then I had to really think a lot. I had to think a lot about if I was gonna return. But I ended up doing it, and even though I tore it the next game, I just put my big boy pants on and toughened it out the next 2 games. But I don't know. It sucks, but I'll get better.
Yo, man, you're icing it right now. Which knee is it?
My left knee.
Left knee. Okay, that's what's up, man. Do you have surgery?
I don't need it.
Okay.
I don't.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up, bro. All right. Well, dog. Okay. It's like, because I remember when this happened, and I remember how folks were feeling about it because, injuries is part of the game and I get all of that, but the word was, because I didn't see it obviously, that it was just a dirty hit. And I'm going, yo, okay. Where you wanted it, like, I know when I was in high school, I played in Memorial, and my coach used to always point out who had the high level offer, right? Who had the Power 5 offer. It's like, that's the one right there. And I was like, was somebody just trying to make a point? Because that would have really made me mad. Because I'm an adult now, and I'm like, yo, man, come on. Why are you going to try to ruin the kid's future?
Yeah, yeah, I know a lot of people around McGinnis were really mad. It was bad.
Yeah, man.
It was. Did you ever get around to seeing it?
No. Well, the hit? Yeah. I mean, like on video? Yeah. Yeah. It's like, get around and see it? No, I wasn't let it. Yeah, I saw it. And I would have, if I was your mama, I would have been out of the stands. Like, I would have been on the floor.
Yeah, I know my mom. See, my mom, I know none of them. So my mom was there, and my mom usually focused on me. And it was so after the play, she wasn't even paying attention anymore. She was just looking. I guess she was just looking at whatever. And then all of a sudden, all the parents started yelling, and she didn't realize what was going on until I was just sitting there laying down on the ground. But my dad saw it, and my dad came over, and I think he's about to jump over the fence.
Oh yeah.
But and some of the other players on the team, their dads were they weren't too happy at all.
Nah, man. All right, let's talk about some positive stuff, because the reason that I want to talk to you, it's big recruiting week for everybody, and I asked you, like, has anybody come to see you? And we're recording this on like a Sunday, so who came to see you?
Coach Odom did.
All right, how did that go?
It was awesome. It really. I mean, I was already pretty solid with everything, but this really just 110% solidified my decision, and I'm really excited, and it's all going by so fast, and it's kind of crazy that I signed in 2 weeks, but I'm excited, and it went really great. It was good to there was a lot of conversation that just wasn't about football, and that was just nice. It's improving on the already great relationship I had with Coach Odom, so it was awesome.
Right on. Does any of this, like what OU was doing, like the college football playoff, any of that stuff ever get to you, or are you just happy to see the team performing?
It doesn't really get to me. I just think it's really cool I think it's really cool to be like, I like to joke around and say I'm like a part of it, adjacent. I think it's really cool to somewhat be a part of that, or be a part of the team that is a part of that. I don't know. It's just awesome all around.
That's what's up. How you feel about how the class is shaping up?
I think it's going to be awesome. Honestly, lost a couple people, but it's all. We lost a couple, gained a couple. I think class is looking really great. It's something special, especially on the offensive line. It's really special. But even over these past couple of weeks, like picking dudes up, like Shane,
Reggie,
it's gonna be special.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. Correct me if I'm wrong. You are not early enrolling, right?
I will not be early enrolling.
That's what I'm just making sure that I got it right. Okay. Well, Brynden, what day are you signing?
I'll sign December 18th.
Okay. Do you have a ceremony at McGinnis?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know what time that ceremony is?
I don't know what time it is. We're still working everything out, but I think in the next few days I should have something posted on Twitter.
Okay. Yep. And tag me, and I'm going to retweet it, because I know there's a lot of people that would like to see you do that. Man, good luck with the rehab and whatnot. And I appreciate you taking just a little bit of time to talk with me, catch us up about what's going on with you. And I'm going to be in touch.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, Brynden.
I appreciate you too.